Morning, guys. Hope you had a great weekend. I know some of you had some time off last week, which hope it was good. Hope you enjoyed your time off. A couple of things I want to cover this morning. One, HCM project. You've got a meeting maker. Some of you got a meeting maker to get together. We need some help with some data they're looking for from us. So Brad set up a meeting for us to talk about that. And we'll get you all involved and up to speed at that point. Speaking of time off, I know we've all got quite a bit still to use by the end of the year. I think Stacy had sent something out about getting that scheduled. Hopefully you've gotten that scheduled so we can kind of know when people are going to be gone. I'll be off Thursday and Friday of this week. We'll be available, be in town, but we'll be out of the office. That's really kind of the things on my list I wanted to tick off. Did want to talk about one other thing. I was reading something the other day, thought was pretty interesting, thought I'd share with you guys. Excuse me while I read some of this. Haven't had a chance to really get it down just to talk from, but was reading this article, and it was talking about celebrating success, and a couple things came out of that I wanted to share with you. So the article was about the Olympic gymnast Bart Conner. And I don't know how many of you remember him. It was 1984 Olympics. But right before the 1984 Olympics, Bart, about 9 months before, he tore his bicep muscle. And they said he would never make it back in time to compete for the Olympics. But not only did he make it, he won 2 gold medals at that Olympics, if you remember. When Charlie Jones, the television broadcaster, was interviewing him, he asked Bart how he did it. Bart thanked his parents. Charlie Jones said, "Come on, Bart. Everyone thanks their parents when you win a gold medal." And Bart told Charlie this was different. He said, and this was the interesting part of this, that every night before bed, my parents would ask me what my success was. So I went to bed a success every night of my life. I woke up every morning a success. When I was injured before the Olympics, I knew I was going to make it back because I was a success every day of my life. I thought that was pretty impressive. I wish I would have known that several years ago. I know many of us don't have kids at home, but I know some of you do, and I thought that was just like, wow, I wish I'd known that 30 years ago, and maybe found a way to use that at night with the kids. But I think it's a great tool to talk with our children, our grandchildren. And I started thinking about, after soccer games or after baseball games, maybe the question I should be asking is, what was it that you did that you thought was really good, or what was successful? So I thought I'd share that with you. But I think it goes broader than that as I started thinking about it. And I think we can carry it over into our own lives and our work. The article went on to say that Bart believed that when we focus on what people are doing right, they do more things right. And I think that's really powerful, and I think it's something that we need to think about, and I don't think we spend enough time thinking about success. And success is a broad term. I mean, whether that's small or large, there's a lot of things that I think we should celebrate. And it really kind of tied into our meeting the other day, Stacy's staff meeting, and with some of the things I heard that I got really excited about. And so a couple of those were the Power BI. Brad and I had a chance to share that with Joe last week and let him see it and get some feedback from him, really wanting to see if there were some things we needed to change before we shared it with the other VPs. And I will tell you, we got some really, really good feedback, and Joe was very impressed with it, thought it was really good. And so I just share that as a success that 3-4 guys have been working on in our group. That is really a good product. I think the contract printing is a success, and I look at this a little bit differently maybe than It's not done yet, but what I call success here was, I thought what was successful was our opportunity to discuss among the team and get some really good feedback. John, you gave us some really good feedback about that, and made us think a little bit more about how we should be thinking about this. So I look at that as success. And I think the technology improvements we're making and Jason's working on is success. We haven't done this in quite a while, so glad to see that we're making some improvements with some technology. I know sometimes we don't want to get on board with that, but I think there's some good things there that we can really share in a success and kind of lead the way for the labor group. And then one of the other things in my mind was just a small thing, but last week Stacy and I had an opportunity to share a deck with Mark on some bargaining stuff that's going on with East in preparation for that. And I can't remember having a meeting with Mark where we walked out of there with no changes to a bargaining deck. And that was, felt really pretty successful about that. There's a lot of times where I think we just need to take some time at the end of the day and think about, okay, what was my success? We have jobs that that doesn't always come easy, and by the time you're fighting all the fires, you never know what might be a success. But I would encourage you to spend some time at the end of the day thinking about what is success. Hey, we've got Brad who just is getting some badge for prestigious trophy for being a Bronze Q trophy winner. Whatever that means, we'll celebrate his success. So just something to think about. Take some time, think about your success. Go to bed a winner and rise a winner. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.